Hey everybody. Whew, a little bit better than the last one I posted. I'm back in that office here, so much better. Better lighting. No cats getting into stuff. So I've pulled a message for the collective today. I ended up with 2 cards here, but I did ask a question. This video is going to be for those of you who always ask, will they come back? Meaning, do you have a relationship that went belly up and you're wondering if you're going to get back together? This is a very common question. I get it all the time. People are always wondering if their ex is going to come back into their life, or they met somebody special and maybe it didn't work, a false start, or it never got off the ground, and they want to know, are you going to reunite? Will you come back? Well, I asked the question, here's the answer. If you're meant to find this video, then this is going to be your question answered, your validation, your confirmation, however you want to see it. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. So the first card I pulled for you, the Tower. Woo, okay. The building's on fire and people are running away, and there's a person, it looks like they're dead and hanging over the top. There's a guy dressed like a king down there that looks like he's in charge of it all and he doesn't care. He could be trying to take over, who knows. Your second card is the 5 of Coins, or 5 of Pentacles. And this looks like a lady that's, she's under pressure. The lady sits her down, those makeup counters you go to, and they want to put you in makeup and make you look pretty, and they're like, oh, here, try this and this, and they make you look gorgeous, and then they're like, oh, it's only an 80% sale, but that only makes it $80, down from $140 or whatever it is. It's a ridiculous price. And now she's sweating because she doesn't have the money for it, right? They're kind of referring to money here, but we don't have to refer to that. I'm referring to relationships in this case. So, let me start with the Tower first. The Tower can be, this is my remodeling card. For a lot of people, the Tower can be scary. It can be about things falling apart. The card before the Tower is the Devil. And the Devil card can be about attachments, like bad attachments, addictions, attachments, a toxicity. It can be about passion too, but then again, how many times have you been, dare I say, digmatized? Women can get that too. Men, women, how many times have you been so attracted to the opposite sex, or, same sex, either way, gender fluid here. But how many times have you been attracted to someone else, but it's more of the passion and the chemistry for you, but you're lacking the substance, maybe you're lacking the intellectual side of things or the emotional connection. I mean, if it's only physical, I don't see that working out. That's usually a temporary thing. If you're just into the casual hookups, you don't want anything serious, then maybe that's not a problem. But I see this being kind of like, the Devil card can represent a lot of those things, but for me, the Devil card, it's not listed here, but we're seeing it as the cards on either side of this, in order. So what I would say is, if the Devil card came before this, maybe you realized that there was a toxic situation here, or they realized there was a lack of communication, there was some toxicity, you weren't getting along, maybe there was too much fighting, or you didn't have much in common, you didn't agree on what you wanted in the future. Whatever it was, things went belly up. The Tower's where it all fell apart. This is the breakup right here. This is where things ended. Things felt like they were falling apart for you. This could also be the realization in this card where you're like, oh, you realize maybe it could have worked too. You're getting this card because you realize it ended, but does it really need to be over? Or maybe you're just rehashing it. Maybe you're processing it, and this is where you question yourself on whether it really ended. Is it over, or do you think that there was a chance you could reconcile? Could you do better? Maybe sometimes things end so that people could take a good look at themselves and reflect and do better, right? So the card after the Tower is the Star. That's the Hope card. That is the Healing card. That is the Divine Timing card. That is a card of manifestation, of wishes fulfilled. It's a beautiful card. It's a card that's like, everything's going to be all right. It doesn't mean that things are going to work out the way you want. They will work out in your favor. It's just, it may not be the way you think. But for a few rare people out there, and I say rare because it doesn't happen for everybody, But there are exceptions in the universe where maybe in a rare exception, you do meet somebody special. You do have some type of soul connection. There is a connection there that is a very high spiritual connection, and they are meant to be in your life in some capacity. If you're lucky, sometimes I find that it is a romantic connection, or it can be a very good deep friendship connection. You know, it's just somebody that you just love having in your life, and you want to keep them there forever and ever. And you go through separations and things like this because people are trying to figure out, why am I so drawn to this person? Sometimes they feel like your attachment, like the devil card we talked about, is a little unhealthy. Maybe they feel like they are too into you or too much around you, or they're trying to question, am I in love with this person, or do I just like being around them? They got to figure things out, or you have to figure things out. But either way, you know, sometimes people have to realize what it is. They have to step back and take a look at the situation before they can see what's going on. Now, with the 5 of coins, are they coming back? This is a 5. A 5 is in between, you know, like 5 is challenges, is changes, is obstacles, it's conflict, it's a lot of things. 5 is in the middle. For me, the 5 is the 50-50 coin. Like, it could go either way. And that's not really giving you much of a confirmation. But, like I said, it's a rare thing. For some of you, it's done, it's kaput, it's over, you know. Either you or them are sweating going, I don't want to get back together with them. If you find yourself saying that, you know it's over, okay? But if you find yourself, you know, thinking, well, you know, we still have contact, or we remain friends, or, you know, maybe we want to give it another go. If that's possible, there's a chance it is. Now, don't do the thing where it's like on again, off again, and there's never any commitment, or there's never any progress in the way you communicate, or it doesn't get better in the relationship. That's not healthy at all. And that's certainly not a soul connection. I think a lot of people, honestly, you know, as I hate to say it, but let me be honest with you, a lot of people misinterpret all of these soul connections. You think you found a twin flame soulmate, but no, a twin flame soulmate, it is a rough thing. It's not rainbow and sunshine, guys. It's a hard work. And this person is going to challenge you. They're going to piss you off, but they're going to also make it rewarding. They're going to support you, encourage you, and they're going to make you think. They're going to stir your mind up, and it's going to stir you intellectually, and you're going to bond with them emotionally, and you're going to feel the fire there with the chemistry, you know, the physicality of it. You're going to have the whole trifecta. And they're going to make you feel something in your soul. It's going to be a magnetic attraction. I mean, the symptoms are there, and they're definitely different than anyone and anything you've ever felt before. So, 5 of coins. The 4 of coins is about holding on to something you shouldn't, or, you know, the need to let something go. So, you need to reassess whether you need to let this person go and move on to something better, you know, or just focus on yourself, or if this is somebody worth holding on to. I think you have free will. Only you can make that determination for you. Just treat yourself well. Decide if you deserve better, okay? And then with the 5 of coins, we go to the 6 of coins. The 6 of coins, the 6 of pentacles is all about reciprocation. What you give, you get, right? You give what you get. Or you get what you give. I'm thinking of that song now. That's one of my favorite songs, and the angels play it for me all the time. Or my guides do. Somebody divine is playing for that all the time. By the New Radicals. Yeah, listen to that song. Okay, it's very inspiring. I've almost gone 10 minutes here. I did not mean to go this long, but let's say the 6 of coins is about reciprocation. So get that reciprocation. If you notice that you're getting that 6 of pentacles vibe when things are working out, the second time around, if you decide to do that, you're doing good. If you don't, probably never should have gone back. So if the person comes back around, make sure that the behavior has changed for both of you. Good luck.